Labor Day sale. For a limited time, get 4 years of 0% APR financing that gives you 4 years to pay off your bathroom with zero interest. Plus, when you call it right now, take an additional 20% off your bath project for Labor Day. It's a deal so great, it's interest free until 2028. This little upgrade you not want to miss out on. Give us a call today to lock in these limited time savings. Our goal is to help you get the bathroom of your dreams, which is why we're going to each step of the way. We curate special design packages that showcase our most popular styles, like these stunning combinations. Or, if you prefer, you can look through all our options to find a design that works for you. Either way, we have you covered. Browsing different wall surrounds, flooring, cabinets, and more. All in one presentation for you to train that. So we're getting it so easy. This gets further from our packages that are safety features to make your space more functional. And our installation process is for entrance to the readings. See, simple packages of DNA installation. Make sure you're completely having your new team is ready to treatment. Lots of good things. Now, get these limited time Labor Day savings. Right now, years of interest-free financing plus 20% guarantee.
Wow, there's people jumping on early.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Wishing it was Friday.
Me too. I'm looking forward to the holiday weekend.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Be nice. Got any big plans?
I'm working on a building, so I'm hoping to do a lot of that, finish a lot of that off over the holiday. So
Nice.
I've got a barn in my backyard, and I'm kind of building a she shed inside of it. So
that's cool.
yeah. I need some place where I can put all my painting stuff and kind of have a clean room, because everything else is woodworking, sawdust, grease, all kinds of weird stuff out there. So I'm just like, I need a clean space.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah. How about you? You got any plans?
Our son is getting married on Saturday, so.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
That is awesome.
Yeah, should be fun. My wife's a nervous wreck right now, so.
Oh, I bet.
It'll be fun.
And your son's probably like, whatever. All I got to do is show up.
Yeah, I mean, those things always work out.
Yeah, they do. They do. I had a very small, very strange wedding, and it lasted for 40 years. So, I must have done something right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, these weddings these days are crazy.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was watching a rom-com the other day called Crazy Rich Asians, I think it is. And it was based around this wedding that they had that cost like $250,000. And I'm just like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous what can get spent to have a wedding anymore. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? It's just not.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Hey, Darcy, where do you live?
I'm from in Kentucky, I guess. I was gonna say where I'm originally from.
You live in Kentucky?
Yeah.
So does that mean you're a University of Kentucky fan? Are you UK? No UK?
No, I'm originally from Nebraska, so I'm a Cornhusker fan.
Oh yeah, I imagine. All right. I was saying, didn't Kentucky just lose their basketball coach recently or something? I don't know.
Yeah, he was.
Was it
just this past?
He went somewhere else, right?
I think Arkansas.
Yeah.
Razorback.
Jump ship. Yeah, because he had a he had like a buddy or something ran the athletic program, or I forget what I read something on it, but yeah,
Yeah, Darcy hasn't been with us for very long, and she's doing an awesome job.
good deal.
I
know that-
enjoy it.
I plan on keeping her around for a while.
All right. And Susan, refresh me, where are you out of? Are you Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Houston.
Houston, yeah. Well, you won't like this. I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan, Susan. Only because so I grew up in Indianapolis. I was actually born in Grand Rapids, but I grew up in Indy. And when I was a little kid, this just shows what an old man I am. When I was a little kid, there was no football team. The Colts were the Baltimore Colts back in the day, right? They were in Baltimore, not in Indianapolis. So you had to pick a team. So, as a little kid, Cowboys were the hot commodity. They were the America's team. So I started following the Cowboys.
Yep. It changed a lot when they went away. We got the Texans.
Yeah. Yep.
Hi, Dinah. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Awesome.
Dinah,
I
where are you from? I detect a little bit of an accent there.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. All right.
Louisville.
You know what? So how do you actually pronounce it?
It's spelled Louisville,
Right.
but
But nobody, what are you supposed to call it though?
I don't know. We call it Louisville.
Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville.
Louisville. All right. I know it. I always butcher that.
I don't know. People it sounds all different ways.
Yeah. I
Pronounce
hear
it.
a lot of people like you don't hear the I at all.
Right.
You know.
Louisville.
I saw people hopping on early. I got excited. I thought, well, heck, I might as well get on and meet some folks.
Dinah, I did get your email. I thought you wanted to stay in Kentucky.
Oh, no, I was just trying to keep the 3 in Indiana just to work less days.
There's 5 routes that are in Indiana. Wait a minute. How did I send it to you?
See,
You wanted to take Indiana. I
Right.
had that backwards. Okay, so there's actually 4 routes in Indiana. And I could, if you didn't want any of Kentucky, I could propose to take that out.
that would be
Okay, I'll keep working on it. I'm going to hop off on mute here just a second.
thank you.
Paula, Alan, welcome.
Hi there.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. Where are you guys from?
I'm in San Francisco. Excuse me. I'm in San Francisco.
San Fran?
This is Paula. I'm in Spokane, Washington.
All right.
How about you?
The thriving metropolis of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay. You
Yeah.
guys getting a little heat there?
It has been very warm and we've been without power. We just got power back after we had a bad storm come through Tuesday, so we haven't had power in 3 days.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
We have a generator. It's not big enough to run the whole house, but I can run a lot of stuff. So we've been surviving on that, and that the power just came back on. So I can't wait to actually take a hot shower instead of a freezing cold shower. You
Well,
don't
I'm glad
realize
you're up and going.
You don't realize how much you enjoy that until you don't have it.
That's true.
I would have been a horrible pilgrim. Horrible. Kat Donahue. How are you?
You're muted, Kat.
I'm driving, so but I'm listening to you guys.
All right.
I'm gonna go back to mute. Thank
What's
you.
cat is cat what's cat short for? Is it short for anything or not?
It's short for Kathleen. I worked in mortgage with 4 girls. We all had the
Yeah.
same name. He lined
Yeah.
us up one day and said, "Okay, everyone's got a new name." So here I am.
That's
I
a,
like it.
that's the story of my life. Imagine how many mics there are out there. Brutal.
I know.
Brutal.
I know. Glad to be here. Okay, I'm going on mute so I can
All
drive
right.
safely.
All right. Debbie Honecker, the legend. I read lips, so I don't need her. You can stay on mute. She's saying it's
I
so
didn't know
nice
I was
to,
muted.
it's so nice to see you, Mike. It's just awesome. I'm so appreciative.
You know, Mike, I actually ran into another company that I'm trying to buy a house with, and their company's name is Neely, and I had never heard the last name before you. So now
Really?
I'm thinking something's going on here.
No, was it spelled the same or no?
Yeah, spelled the same. It was a contracting company.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Small world.
That's interesting. It would be interesting to know. I don't know. My grandpa actually changed it from O'Neely to Neely. So you can imagine that. We're Irish German, which is a horrible combination. Horrible.
Oh, it seems like you turned out okay, Mike.
That's why this is as tan as I get, because I'm Irish German. I have the pasty faced white guy skin. So that's the way it is. Hey Debbie, while we're waiting, have you had any feedback from anybody on the new, you know how there's that in-go spot chairs, there's that separate, when you go to do the Ferrara or Ferrero, you got to click on that little button.
I personally have not gotten any feedback. I'm not sure if Susan or the other managers have.
Mm-mm.
No. We've had a few. You know, it's new. Anything new, right?
I'm sure there will be a learning curve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm just hoping like this first month of it, we don't end up, you know, with a big discrep. It scares me.
I talked to Mike Green about that too.
Is he nervous about it?
I don't know if he is. I'm nervous for everyone.
I am big time, man. Oh. Hey, Susan, is this just your group that we're meeting with today?
No, some in Jim's group and some
Oh,
Christian's group, I think, should be on here.
Oh, they are? Okay.
I know Dinah's mine, Darcy's mine, Alan's mine. Gail, are you managed by Jim or Christian? I don't know.
Gail?
Gail
Gail?
Chisago, Susan.
Susan, Gary, and Sherry are here. I don't see our picture.
Hey, Gary. Hey, Sherry.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Debbie, you've got the file and everything, and
Sure. Would you like me to share it?
it's up to you. Unless you guys just plan on speaking to things, however you want to do it, right?
Do you want me to go through this?
We only need to go through the basics of it, right?
I'm with you.
Yeah, we don't need to go through the 30 pages. I would, just the very basics of what we need to be looking for and trying to do when we're in stores.
All
And
right.
and obviously the, mission completion when we get one from them where they see an issue in a store. Kind of what needs to get done.
Perfect.
You good with it, or you want me to roll through it?
Well, I have it here. Can you all see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I can just talk through this, and Mike, if you want to chime in, you can.
You bet. You
So
bet.
this is just to cover the basics for Melitta, the retail expectations that we are looking for in completing our missions, specifically when we have a special project for Melitta. I know most of you are familiar with those, but these are also things that we want to make sure we're touching on in our everyday mission for Melitta, so that way we're making sure things are looking good on the shelves. So most of you should know this slide here is just talking about the different tray sizes. We want to make sure that there's number twos in for the number 2 trays, and we're not putting number 2s in the number 4 trays, right? Making sure that the right size goes for the right tray. These are some older notes. So this is talking about how we want the clear front to the tray. I think all of you are getting those newer trays anyway and probably seeing those in the stores. If they get cracked or broken, we do want them removed so that way no one gets hurt on them. Oh, this is a great one. Really important note is the USA stickers. When we place those USA stickers, they need to be on the bottom left-hand corner of the trays. And that's for the logo branded trays and for non-logo branded trays. We want to sticker everything. And we are going to make sure that the product is rotated with the newer packaging. And then the rest of this just looks like examples of what we want to see on the shelves. But the thing that I really want to touch on that has come up recently is that if there are logo branded trays or non-logo branded trays in any private label, we are supposed to pull those. We do not want any trays in the private label product. So you can take them out and use them in another store, or you can take them and put them under our product. If the store has any complaints about that, we are supposed to share with them that they are Melitta property and that they are not supposed to be used for private label.
Hey, quick question for you. If it doesn't have a Melitta logo on it, is there a way for us to determine on the tray that still is Melitta owned? Do they say it anywhere else?
A great question. I don't personally know. I don't have any on hand to look at them. Does anyone else know?
I think I saw it in the back before.
Yeah, so if I could just interject one thing on that, then and I know this gets a little confusing, so I apologize, everyone, but if you have a tray that isn't being used for Melitta and it doesn't have a Melitta logo, if you can find somewhere on the tray where it says Melitta, I would say take the tray out. But if the tray does not say Melitta anywhere on it, I think we need to leave it in. If that's okay, Debbie. And I'm sorry, I should have clarified that with you ahead of time, but I don't want us to get into a situation where somebody takes a tray out that isn't actually Melitta and the store gets mad. I don't want anybody getting mad at you guys, okay?
Yeah, I agree with that completely. I'm just reiterating what I have been told.
Yeah.
So if you have another thing to that, that's great. That's great information.
Yeah.
Hey, Debbie, I think one of the ways we still need to verify, but we can pretty much assume with verification that if it's one of those white trays, it's a Melitta tray.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Store trays, when the stores have put these trays up and they are store owned trays, they are generally brown.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's great. The last thing I would just touch on is taking your pictures, making sure that all the product is turned so that the label is straight, and then making sure that all the product is pulled to the front. Sorry, I had an ambulance just go by. I don't know if that was loud. Can you hear that?
No.
No.
No? Wow, that's crazy. It was really loud. Sorry. Yeah, so make sure everything is merchandised and straightened. And if there's an out of stock, or a missing tag or anything, you need to make a note of it in your comments. You know, say that you had the tag made, that it's getting placed, and you'll follow up. Make sure that you talk to the store about the out of stock product and put any notes of when it's going to be restocked. And then we're going to follow up on that the next time. I think that pretty much covers the standards.
I think so. Is anybody other than the managers, was anybody on the training call we had with the client maybe a year ago or whatever it was?
No.
No, nobody on the call? Okay. So, this client is pretty particular. Is that a good way to say it, Debbie?
It's very polite.
Very, pretty particular, and that's why we kind of wanted to go over this with everybody, just trying to understand, you know, what his expectations are, his rules of engagement relative to how he wants a shelf to look and how he wants his trays to look. I probably have 3 calls a week from him where he reminds me that the trays are $12 a tray. So they're they protect these trays like they're their own children. So we need to just try to do our best with it. That's all we can do.
Very good.
All right.
I have a quick question.
I was in that meeting, and what you said was an understatement.
Yeah. So somebody had a question?
Yeah, this is Paula. I had a quick question.
Hey,
Do
Paula.
you also want us addressing any out of stocks in the Melitta basket filters as well, or are we just focused on cone filters?
No, both.
Okay.
Well, Debbie, go ahead, Debbie. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, you're fine. Both the
Okay.
cones and the baskets. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, Debbie, can I just add one other thing here, just to
Sure.
add to what you have been talking about? For the people who are new, you need to understand that we go in and do this on a normal monthly call, but Melitta has people going into various areas all throughout the year. And when somebody goes into the store, they are double checking our work. And if it's wrong, Mike is going to get a phone call on it. And Debbie's going to get a phone call on it.
Mike.
And we don't want phone calls for them. They've got too much work.
Yeah, what he ends up doing is, so they have Go Spot Check as well. And so they send us a Go Spot Check report on what they saw in the store. So if they saw out of stocks, they list out which items were out of stock, and they ask us to fill those voids. If the trays are absent, they'll ask us to try to place trays. Now, the stores don't have to place trays, but it's always, you know, they want us to suggest it. If trays aren't being used properly, they want us to pull those trays out. And so that means, you know, if it's not on the shoppable shelf, the tray gets pulled out. If it's on the very top shelf where they have overstock, that is not considered shoppable, and they don't want trays up there. Those need to get pulled out. So those are just kind of rules of engagement that they're sticklers about, for sure. So we just need to try to do the best we can to help the stores abide by that.
I do have
Yeah,
a
so when-
question.
Oh,
Yep.
go ahead.
I have a couple stores that have all their own pushers in the coffee. They're not compatible with our pushers, and they don't want ours in there.
Yep.
Do I put the flags on there?
No, if it's the store's pusher, don't put those stickers on. Only put
Okay.
stickers on the Melitta trays.
Yeah, and quite honestly, if it's the store's pushers and they're putting Melitta products in there as well, and they're putting all products in their own pushers, having it all uniform probably looks better anyway.
Yeah, it's just only a couple stores, and
Yeah. I totally get why they would do that. You know, you don't want to have a bunch of different style pushers in there looking weird. If you're going to have them, you want to have them all be one kind.
Sure.
well, they don't interlock.
Right. Right. Huh. Good
I
question.
haven't received any of the little USA stickers. Have they been sent out already? Are they yet to come?
We send them out in waves, but there will
Okay.
be a new order going out soon.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep. And I will just a quick note, if you see a special mission come into one of your stores for Melitta, those are from these reports where he sends us. And so those stores are what need the special attention. So if you get one of those and you have any questions or you want to make sure that you're doing it right, ask your manager, you can reach out to me or something just to make sure that we're taking care of it as best we can.
And how long do you want us to focus on Melitta? You know, if we have to track down a manager to make a tag or let them know a tag's missing, all of that does take time. So how much time do you want us to focus on this? And at the expense of other projects?
Sure. I would first say work through your priorities. And then when you have a special Melitta mission, you can see if there's something that needs done. If you're going to have to track down a manager, you could maybe circle back at the end of your store call to see, or try to find somebody in the beginning and have them page, see if they need to make a tag or something, and then circle back to them towards the end. Give yourself like 15 minutes or something to circle back. But that's kind of, you might have to kind of play it by ear because, you know, sometimes they never show up. And then you're just
Yep.
going to have to make a note of that you know, had them paged, you couldn't find them, something. But obviously spending half an hour doing this, that will put all of our other stuff, you know, in jeopardy for that store call.
Exactly.
Are there any other questions about coffee filters? About trays? About Melitta?
No.
All right, well, that was easy.
Awesome.
Mr. Neesy, do you have anything
Sure
you want to
was.
add?
No, I appreciate everybody's time on this today. It's a special client. We want to try to do the best we can.
Very good.
All right, well, we'll try to make this recording available just in case you ever want to look back to it. And I think we do have some training materials also that you can use for your reference. But if you have any questions, you guys can just ask anytime.
Great. Thanks.
Thanks,
Okay, well,
everybody.
thanks,
Appreciate you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate you
Okay.
being
Thank you.
on.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, Susan.
Susan's gone. Did somebody have a question?
No.
Okay, well, thanks again, guys.
Is this working? Okay. What? Hello? What happened?
I do. This ain't working. I give up. I give up. I don't know how to work this. Okay. How do I log out of